Welcome, Libra. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I've pulled for you on this new moon in Aquarius, 29th of January, the Two of Swords. This is describing a way that you feel held back from a path that you've already taken, a choice you've already made, but that you're feeling reservations, guilt, compunction about pursuing it, or you may be experiencing the consequences, the very early consequences of this choice on your old or former life. This can be about new behaviors, ways that you're communicating or receiving information that is hitting different, that is finding you in a more receptive place, a more detached place. More receptive, meaning that you are detaching from the emotional content and really evaluating the ideas or the content of what you're receiving. And also that you are understanding that there are feelings about moving on to a path that you know is absolutely right for you. And it is the facing of these feelings and ideas. Sometimes it's a little bit like survivor's guilt, only it isn't survivor's guilt, because I don't believe for many of you this is that kind of a circumstance. I believe that you have grown beyond a familiar or an uncomfortable environment, and you've made different choices that are hard. Choosing the path, even intuitively, that you are on, understanding you're on your path of destiny. This is your journey. You recognize that you didn't have to make this choice. You could have stayed where you were and it would have been easier. Yes, you might have been unhappy, unfulfilled, unsuccessful, but it wouldn't be as hard as what you're opting to do. And what you're opting to do, you now understand you're willing to fight for this in a way that you weren't able or willing to fight for your past or more familiar experience. This is a general reading, Libra. This is not going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information about that is in the description box below. Welcome to those of you that are new. Thanks for being here. And of course, welcome to all my friends, familiar friends and subscribers. I am happy that you continue to show up for me. In your social identity, the way others see you, the Five of Cups. It's interesting, Libra, you are someone who is nursing a broken heart. Others see you as ruminating over a past failure or a deep disappointment. So this is a card that expresses regret, remorse, woulda, shoulda, coulda. Why did I do that? What was that about? What the fuck? And you're actually coming through that by accepting the necessity for this experience, this heartbreak, or this failure, in understanding what you know about yourself now that you didn't before, what you don't want as opposed to what you do want. And this is helpful because it's reawakened a sense of who you actually are, your authenticity, and that's a connection to your higher self. In other words, your dreams are worthy of pursuit. And the environment you were in, there didn't feel to be space for that. So connecting to your higher self, taking a stand for that really is opening up your ability to deeply connect with others as a result of more deeply connecting with yourself. And this is really recognizing that your allies and supporters may be around you and are willing to align themselves with your goals. to share your goals of advancement, of progress, of creating something that is meaningful. In the first house, the Three of Wands is describing your efforts to set up this new path, to put in the resources, the structures, the connections, the literal space to receive feedback around the ideas you're putting out there, so that you are turning your attention away from what is past, what is familiar, and you're moving towards unfamiliar audiences, an unfamiliar experience or field of activity that is in many ways testing you. You're testing yourself. You're realizing you know what you've done in the past. You know what you're good at. It's time to put those out there so that I can collaborate with those allies that I am now able to better identify. In the fourth house, the house of your soul, your family, your foundation, the Six of Swords. This is a moving away from the past, literally. It may also involve moving away from the location of a past, moving on to a new environment, a new home, maybe a new job. It may be temporary, it may be long lasting. The idea is to release yourself, to relieve yourself of the tension of invisibility, that invisibility you experienced when you were in that former place, in that place that didn't make space for a deeper connection with you and with those who share your goals. So you're looking for peace here, and I think a greater acceptance of the necessity for this experience. This is very much tapped into your process of aligning with yourself more deeply, acknowledging your higher self, your potential, and your willingness and determination to pursue that. In the seventh house of significant others, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Here you are independent. Some people think this is a card that describes bachelorhood. I do not. I don't think it's relevant to your relationship status, and it's in your relationship house. So just as a place of confirmation that many of you may be in perfectly satisfying relationships, many of you are exploring your own independent resources. You're looking at moving out of dependency in the way that has wired your brain to constantly look for validation, connection, or even disagreement with another body. This is a chemical process where you depend on others for your connection, then you're uncomfortable looking to yourself for that. You could not be in the position that you're in of stepping on to this new path, of having chosen what is right for you without plenty of time in solitude. And I do believe that whether you're in a relationship or not, you have established or are establishing that your solitude, your independence is fundamental to any relationship. That must be respected. This is your ability to cultivate your own garden. You couldn't establish these deeper goals, pursue your dreams, if you were pulling from an empty well. This is acknowledging that you've spent the time on your own to understand what you need and to provide that for yourself. It's a beautiful card. I really love that card. If you're resonating with this reading, Libra, please like this video. Please share this with others if you feel so moved. And please subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate all the ways that you help me to sustain myself on YouTube. Thank you. It means a lot. And you've pulled the Peace card. I am a being of love and I release all negative energies. This is so powerfully a reflection of your characteristic gift. Your rulership is Venus. Justice comes from equity in love, in distributing resources, in making sure that everyone has enough. Everyone is deserving of having enough. And so this impulse, this way that you are generating this expression, this experience, this effort is based on a sense of justice. We don't often associate justice with love, but it is. Venus is about the balance, the harmony. Two things are different. How do they come into harmony? So this is beautiful energy, really confirming your transition from the past into your present and future energies. I'm going to clarify the Three of Wands in the first house with the Two of Wands and the Star card. Before you even set up this new business, you had to contemplate, probably in your past, what you knew, what you had discovered, what angered you, and the way you wanted to direct that energy now. This is a card that indicates proposal, planning, looking to the future. How do you want to invest? And the Star card, we know, is all about this beautiful vision that you are acknowledging, you are uncovering in your own experience. So this is not the kind of energy where you manifest it overnight. This is a North Star. You're constantly channeling, directing your energies towards this vision of a better world, this vision that gives you hope, that has pulled you through the really difficult times that you've been through. This is what has carried you through and is carrying you through the heartaches that you're experiencing, the disappointments, the failures that you are finally releasing through giving in, surrendering to the emotions of grief, remorse, regret. So this is really all about your vision, allowing that to shine through and direct your every move. The fourth house, the Six of Swords, is clarified by the Six of Wands and the Ten of Cups. So yes, you've committed to the collective. You may have moved away from a former experience where you felt invisible, but you are very clear that you are not abandoning your goals or your vision. You absolutely not only are working for a better world, but you acknowledge that the better world that you wish for others, you recognize in your own life. You recognize your community, your family, your team as resourceful, as sharing of resources, as safe, a safe place to expose one's vulnerabilities, to ask for help, to fail, and to be supported in doing better. So this is a beautiful testament to the way that, again, Libra, this is temperamentally consistent. You work with others. That is one of your gifts. You know how to work with others. You know how to balance the energy of a team. And in that way, you are so successful that you are applauded, praised, rewarded, acknowledged by your teammates. That may result in a promotion, that may result in a better job, that may result in a better relationship. Whatever is the reward you're receiving, it is the regard of others on your team, in your community, that you value most highly. It is important to you that others believe and trust that you're working for the interest of the whole. In the 7th house, the 9 of Pentacles is clarified by the 3 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups. So yes, the 3 of Pentacles is facing the 3 of Wands in your 1st house. And so this is really about the work that your team is doing, your collaborators are doing, that you've pulled together to build something beautiful, build something excellent, something of quality that will be a resource and valued by others. The 7 of Cups is showing, wow, there's so many offers, so many invitations, so many people that would like you to be a part of their team. And they're offering rewards, they're offering gifts, they're offering money, prizes, cool company, whatever it is, fame, popularity, the things that once would have motivate you less. In fact, they overwhelm you and they distract you from the work that you're trying to do. However, you're not closed down to all these perks and benefits. You simply understand that they're not what you're working for, that you're working for a much greater vision, and the joy of working with others towards that is inclusive of all the baubles and beads you could possibly want. I hope that's clear. In the 10th house, the 5 of Cups is clarified by the Hermit and the Page of Wands. You really do need your solitude, your space, your silence to seek the answers you need within. It's very important that you acknowledge your teachers, your mentors, that you seek the help from those that you understand, see you, know you, get you. But you are finding those in your own space, in your own time, and you're validating this new direction, this new path of learning for you, with excitement, with enthusiasm, because you understand that what you're learning, the answers you're seeking within, must be shared with others. That is the next step for the Hermit. The Hermit evolves into the Wheel of Fortune. That input, that learning, that wisdom moves the wheel, and you have the power to do that. I'm going to finish up this reading, Libra, with an oracle, crystal oracle, that I used to use quite some time ago, and I pulled the Azurite. The key word is expanded awareness. My awareness is expanding with an abundance of clarity. Thank you so much, Libra, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.